Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to SF1 GP1, the quick guys this evening here, Sunday night at SF1 Simulation Formula 1, SF1 Roads here in the common booth, getting ready to give you guys all the action in Q3, round 9 of the Canadian Grand Prix here, out of 22 rounds in this season on the calendar. The calendar is starting to spice up, getting through a couple of those tricky tracks like Monaco, Baku. We got through Hanoi as well as Zandvoort. But we're live now in Q3 at the Canadian Grand Prix. As you guys can see, wet conditions, intermediates are introduced. These guys didn't expect that they were going to have rain in this qualifying session. It was telling them dry all throughout the weekend. However, these guys do have a wet condition. I'm starting to wonder if there's a bit of a weather glitch in this game for Canada. It will tell you dry, but any moment it could rain. As you guys see, I think a lot of these guys got caught off, but it's going to be a test, a mental man who can put the power down as best as possible through this rainy section. You have Harrison holding on in this championship, currently P2, trying to catch himself up after Anton wins last week. Here we go, he's going to start his fly. We're actually going to jump on board and see how he gets on with this lap. You can tell it's a little easier on the brakes, don't want to lock up the tires as much, and you want to wait to try to put that throttle down. I know it's tempting to put the power down as quick as possible. As you see, you can get a little bit of back spin, touch the grass just a bit. Easy on these curbs. Don't want to invalidate the lap because track penalties are going to be mega around this track this evening. Be interesting to see if these guys actually have a bit of rain in the actual race. As you can see, Harrison navigating those few sectors very cleanly. Try to hold on to my voice as much as I can. Easy on the chicanes. Job well done to attack those curbs. How are you guys doing this evening? Hopefully everybody's had a swell weekend so far. Hopefully a couple of people caught the race today. I don't know what Crofty was on about, how it was a shocking and amazing race. I thought it was quite boring, to be honest. The safety car at the end might have spiced things up, but it wasn't to be. Here comes Harrison to cross the final sector. Uzumaki sets the quickest time with the 1:19.7. Looks like Harrison navigates the wall of champions really well. He's going to cross the line at a 1:19.7 as well. Right on tap. Let's see who's going to be the next guy across. Anton sets a 19.2. So that is the time to beat so far. Looks like SF1 Stig goes 18.2 on his first run out. I know he favors the rain, so that might be something to look at. Could he get his first pole position in GP1 at SF1 this evening? We're going to see if anybody can battle out. Maybe the track is starting to improve as these guys go further. Soap goes a 19.3. Good enough for P3. Take a look now. It looks like Daiguerre is going to be the next to cross. It looks like he's going to invalidate this lap. Jono is going to be the next. He's already invalidated, so let's jump down to Hellboy, who's going to be the next guy to set his lap. Can he navigate the wall champions? He does. Let's see if he can carry on through to set his lap. It looks like it's going to be a little slow, though, at a 21.2. So he's going to look to improve that. Amandale, who's really quick in Q1, set the fastest lap. I believe he set the fastest lap in Q2 on a set of softs. Both Harrison and Amadale getting through Q2 on a set of soft compounds. Daiguerre has invalidated another lap. Volcon, our new Williams driver this evening, invalidates his lap. Stig's still pushing, but he's going to pull it into the pits. I believe Anton is still pushing as well. This is going to be another flyer for him. As you go through, I would say that these intermediates start to improve just a bit, so I wonder if that is what Anton is doing, is trying to get the temperature into the tires, get a little bit of that grip, and gets close to the wall. Might have just touched it just a bit. Hopefully everybody is having a good evening. I know I mentioned that. We got yellow sector 3. It looks like it's for the Ferrari slowing down to let the McLaren through. Anton is pushing, you can tell the back end of that car is spitting out just a bit. However, he is very low on fuel. I wonder if he's going to pull into the pits so far. So right now, Stig holding on to pole position with an 18.8. That is 4/10 quicker than Anton's 19.2. a lot of the guys in the 19s all the way down to Hellboy at a 21. I have a feeling Hellboy will be able to improve on that time though. Sector 1 yellow for McLaren going slow. That's Jono, I believe, who puffed himself up into third with a 19.2 as you see Anton pulls into the pits. Amandale has invalidated his lap. Daigero on a flyer. It looks like Volcon has invalidated his lap too, so we're going to ride on board with Daigero as he's trying to push for a lap to get a time on the board. Can we end Q3 now? I bet you would love that. You still have 5 minutes and 40. And whatever time people put a lap in afterwards. Around the hairpin goes Daigero. Can he get his lap in? We know he's quick in the wet. Oh. Gets a little tail spin. He's going to cross the line at a 120.6. I wonder if the time is starting to get a little slower. I wonder if the track is starting to worsen as the rain falls. We'll see. Let's see what kind of time Amandale can put in, as well as Volcon, who is pulled into the pits. I think he's going to wait. See if the track improves at all. As you see, Amandale sets a fastest sector 2. Locks up the tires into the hairpin, though. What a shot of that intermediate tire. Nobody wants to see that. I'm sorry, nobody does. Sorry, Codemasters. One of the worst camera angles you've given us on 2020. And it's been here since, I believe, 2017. Here comes the Haas of Amandale. Can he snag that pole position from SF1 Stig? And the Haas navigates the wall of champion chicane nicely. 117, 118, 119. Just behind SF1 Stig at a 119.1. So that puts himself into P2. It looks like Anton's not done yet. He wants to go for another one. A couple of the other guys still sitting in the pits. Daigero still pushing. Can he improve on his 20.6? He looks like he's going to be on an in-lap here. Hellboy looking to get a better time than a 121.2 on the board. Volcon's still sitting in the pits. So he might possibly be on a flyer. Is Uzumaki on a flyer? Doesn't look to be the case. He is on an outlap. Is Amandale pushing as well? No, he's turned down. So it's going to be Anton who's going to push for another lap and gets the tail. I don't want that car, but he's going to cross the line and start his next flyer now. Double card. The Racing Point driver who is on a flyer. The rain is actually coming down a little bit more now. Yellow Sector 1. That's for a couple of the cars moving out of the way. As Anton invalidates his lap. He will definitely have plenty of time to get around to go for another run. And it might just give him a little bit more time to put more temperature into those intermediates. But this is going to be a lap in the books. Stig is on for another lap. He's on an outlap currently. He's slowing down for a couple of the guys behind him. Is that Harrison? Harrison is on an outlap as well as anybody. Uzumaki is on a lap. Daigero is on a lap, and as well as Hellboy is on a lap. Hellboy's going to be the first to cross, then the Ferrari, then the AlphaTauri. Stay on board with Hellboy as he decides different, goes back in. And so as well as Daigero. Let's jump with Uzumaki, who's going to try to cross. Cross the wall, champions, really well done. There's an 18, 19, I believe the track is getting worse. It'll be interesting to see. As Anton starts 121. See if he can improve. I think he's just running laps at this point. Stig goes for another lap though. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to DNF. It could put him down towards P10. So you want to make sure you hold on to the car. Let's see what his sector time is through Sector 1. Oh yeah, plus up on his time by 3/10. Or down on his time. Have you? I think the track has gotten worse. guys. 1 minute and 10 seconds remain. Lord Eos has gotten himself into the race. That's good to see. On board with, is that Soap who's going to cross the line? 118, 119. Soap's going to cross the line. Zamak is going to cross the line. Harrison's going to try to cross the line to improve his positioning. There's 118 now. 119. Only stays P6. Good enough to go for another round, though. I think these guys are a little bit caught out by the rain here. Definitely a bit of a shuffle, so Stig retires, and he's comfortable with 118. I think he's going to watch on and hope that he can get pole position this evening. Hopefully the track stays in the condition it does, and that way he can pick up his first pole position here at GP1 this season. As we have a Renault around. Is that Soap? That is Soap. Soap's lost control. He's clear. He has Amadale on his way through, but I think he's clear enough out of the way. Let's find out. I don't think these guys are necessarily setting any quicker time. Let's see if Amadale's up on his time or down on his time. He's up on his time. So that's a purple sector 2. Could he fight for that pole position here? We're going to find out. Stig is probably biting his nails. Daguerreo's retired from the session. Here comes Uzumaki, 18. Good enough for pole. He gets hit just by 1/10 from SF1 Stig. Amadale sets a 118.2 or 7. So the time is there. Jono's going to pull him to the bits. Is anybody else going to go for a handful here? Hellboy has invalidated, as well as Volcon. So that's going to be it. That is going to be it. It looks like Amadale's grabbed pole position for this Canadian Grand Prix. That Haas driver ahead of the Alfa Romeo driver SF1 Stig. What a lap by Amadale late in the session with the weather getting worse to get himself a pole position. Wonder if he's running a bit of a hybrid setup to get himself around, or he's more comfortable in the rain. But that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for Q3 in this GP1 session. We'll see if these guys have rain in the race. It'll be interesting. We're going to run down the order here. The finishers for the Q3 session. Amadale grabs pole, as you have the Alfa Romeo SF1 Stig in P2, Anton P3, Jono P4. A good showing from Jono. Soap P5, Harrison currently sitting second in the championship, P6, Uzumaki P7, Daiguerreo P8, Hellboys P9, and Volcon P10 without a time on the board, but still a good position to start this race. Once we load up these drivers, we'll have a 5-minute complimentary break. And Stig in the chat says, no. But we'll have a 5-minute complimentary break, which I will go over the championship points so far, heading into round 9 of this race. And then give my voice just a bit of a rest while these guys wait. And we wait, ladies and gentlemen. Clear skies greet these guys this evening for this race. So these guys are definitely going to have a dry race. So in the meantime, we're going to give you guys a look at the combined, which is GP3, 2, and 1's team. They all combined points to get a team effort. You have Mercedes leading the way currently at P1, Ferrari P2. You have Racing Point in third, Alfa Romeo fourth. All those top 4 guys or teams are separated by no more than probably 40 to 45 points. So the championship push is on. Williams sitting 5th. Red Bull 6th, Haas is 7th, AlphaTauri 8th, Renault is 9th, and McLaren sitting at the bottom, looking to have a good race to get themselves further up on that table. And what everybody wants to see, the GP1 championship drivers' points. Anton leading the way with 213 points currently in the season. Harrison sitting in 2nd, Daguerreo 3rd, Zero 4th, SF1 Stig 5th, Jet is 6th. Shuf 7th. Aruzia is 8th. Enzo, who I don't think make it or made it this evening, is sitting 9th. Jono 10th. Amandale 11th, looking to make his way further up, setting on that pole position. Good show for him tonight to get himself further up on that table. Tom sitting 12th. Soap 13th. Hellboy 14th. Hubdy 15th. Uzumaki is 16th. Lord Eos, a new Racing Point driver, is sitting 17th. Volcon, new Williams driver, sitting 18th. MRC McCall, who I haven't seen yet, apparently in that Ferrari, is sitting 19th. And Hamp is 20th, who wasn't able to make it tonight, but should be making it here soon. Hopefully he does. That'll be actually on the Red Bull manager to make sure he does. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give my voice just a break. Bear with us. Stay with us. Get ready for 36 laps around this Canadian Grand Prix. Typically a two-stop. You can go a medium to soft, or you can go a medium soft, or you could do a one-stop for those who qualified on the medium compound, which would typically be a medium to hard compound finish. But we'll see what happens when we live it up. Ladies and gentlemen, give us about 3 minutes and we'll be right back. We'll stay right here until then. You guys can have a great look at that table. Give us just a few moments. All right, ladies and gentlemen, loading up for the formation lap here at the Canadian Grand Prix. Let's give you guys a look at the tires, shall we? A lot of guys starting on different compounds. We have a lot of guys in the top 10 starting on the soft compound. Two of them, however, Anton and Uzumaki, starting on the medium compound. So look for them to take those tires a little bit further in this race. On down, we have Russia, the next guy that started on the mediums. He was disqualified for some reason. I don't know if there was touch with Rios. But Dark Mark starting on the hard compound. He's going to try to take the harder compound a little further in this race. Subbing in for the Williams team this evening, we have Rashi, GP2 driver as well, starting on the medium compounds. Tom, the lonely man out. GP1 crashed out in Q3, I believe, so he's going to start from the back to back. Lulu is going to start in that Haas to team up with Amandale to try to bring some points back for the Haas team this evening. But taking an eye, the man that holds the podium, or not the podium, the pole position so far this evening. Amandale warming those tires. Let's get rid of that mini map. I don't really care for it during the stream. I like to give you guys as much of the screen as possible. That way you can see all the action. Everybody warming those tires. Anton's just behind P3, Jono P4, Soap P5, Harrison P6, Uzumaki P7, Daigero P8, Hellboy P9, Ocon P10, Hubdi P11, Russia P12, Zero P13, Lasus P14, and he's subbing in as a reserve this evening for the Ferrari. Dark Mark 15th, Rashi 16th, and SF1 Tom 17th, Munimu 18th, and Lord Eos 19th. Ladies and gentlemen, waiting for these drivers to line up on the grid, and we'll wait for those 5 red lights to drop here at the Canadian Grand Prix. 36 laps are going to meet these drivers. How many are going to finish? 19 on the grid, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to start this race. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, waiting for those 5 red lights to go. 5, 4, and 5 are lit. Rashi gets a drive-through for starting a little early. He's going to try to run through the middle of the pack. Amadeo gets a good start. Oh, I missed most of what's going on. Anton, a couple of these guys are ghosting, not sure what for. Amadeo holds onto the lead. Here's Harrison. A couple of things are bouncing back and forth. I do apologize. I'm trying my best. Stig holding on to P2. Anton P3. Guys in the middle pack, I can't even tell where they are. A couple of these guys are ghosting for some reason. I think it was for Rashi starting or jump starting the beginning of the race. Riding on board with a Renault, following the Williams underneath the passage. Trying to take a look down through the field. There's a predicted lapse for some reason. Don't need that right now. What has happened to Mercedes? I think that's Russia. That's Stig and Anton are battling for P2. Jono's just behind. Let's jump up forward with the battle here. Oh, there's a tap on Jono. Jono hits. He's going to pull into the pits. Already collision in. Amadeo sets the fastest lap. Let's get the delta up for you guys. You can see Anton holding on to P2. Stig drops to P3. As both Jono and a couple guys are in the pits. Lasus is in the pits. Rashi's in the pits. Jono's going to get a new front wing. There's connection or contact there with the back of the Alfa Romeo. Tom already moves up to P9. He's starting P6. It is a big move on his part. As you see, Lord Eos is trying to make a move on Hellboy. Already gets around Hubdi. Hubdi's having a look here. He's going to fight back through. He's going to get both of them possibly going 3 wide in this turn. He's up ahead. Blows the chicane though, so he's going to have to join. Join P12. He has Dark Mark just next to him. Dark Mark has to take an evasive action. Whoa, what was that for? He gets a 10-second for corner cutting as well. Sector 3, I'm pretty sure that's for the Dark Mark. Abdi and Hellboy still battling out here at the backstretch. Anton intense behind himself and Amadale. It looks like Hellboy's going to die from the pit, so that puts Abdi up to P11. DRS is now available for these drivers. Harrison gets around. SF1 Stig now. Harrison up to P3. 2 seconds down the road from his championship rival. Can he make that gap a little bit further? Harrison having a really good start to get himself into the conversation of the podium this evening. Stig now has Soap just behind him. Soap does have DRS. Stig has DRS on Harrison as well. Harrison, if he has to push on those soft compounds, because Anton is on a medium compound. Amandale is starting to lose ground towards Anton. Keep an eye, Bordeaux just behind SF1 Tom. We might jump to that battle. We're just going to sit with these guys for a second. Stig really close to Harrison. Soap picks up a 3-second time penalty, as well as Volcon. Penalties are going to be huge this time around. You see SF1 Tom gets one for speeding in the pit lane. It's going to get a 5-second penalty. That puts Lumu off the place. Lumu helping that Haas team tremendously up to P11, just ahead of Dark Mark, who unfortunately had to take evasive action and make sure he didn't make contact with a couple of the other drivers. SF1 Tom on his way out. McLaren sitting P15 should jump his teammate, as well as the Seuss gets himself up to P15. Daigero, what happened to Daigero? He's down to P18 and Ruzia down to P19. Armadale holding on to the lead. Harrison is starting to reel them in just a bit. A lot of these guys on soft. Uzumaki's holding on to P5. Yellow sector 2. Let's see if I can jump down. Keeping an eye on the Delta here. Tom and his teammate going side by side. Rule in F1, don't touch your teammate as you see SF1 Tom inch towards his teammate. However, they have Seuss just behind. Let's jump on board with Seuss. Fastest lap of the race will have been 1:11.7. DRS is going to be available for both Jono and Seuss. Jump up over Tom, as you can see. Both of them are climbing closer and closer. Ooh, that was close between the McLaren and Ferrari. Oof. Job well done by Seuss to get that position up to P14. A couple guys diving in the pits. It looks like Huffy's in the pits. Daigero's retired from the race. I don't know what's happened there. And we have a virtual safety car, ladies and gentlemen. There must have been some kind of contact at some point. I'm not sure what for. It might have to be looked at by the stewards. Have to take a look later on in the thing. And the virtual safety car is already over, so we're back to racing. That was a quick virtual safety car. His close. Stig gets a 3-second time penalty, his first of the day. I believe a lot of these drivers are going to start picking him up as his laps start to tick by. MRC Bottas has joined. I wonder if he's taking a look at the race himself. Bordeaux makes a move on Volcon. Taking a look at the gaps between. Beautiful aerial shot on Uzumaki chasing that Renault of Soap and that Alfa Romeo of Stig. Seuss gets a 3-second time penalty. Uzumaki unfortunately has left the session. Jono gets a 3-second time penalty. He's starting to kick off. That's going to help his teammate Zero, who's just behind in P7 instead of soft compound. Harrison now 1.4 seconds separates himself from Anton and Amandale. Amandale currently still holding on to the lead in this race. He does have a very fast driver. Anton just behind in that racing point. Anton will have DRS. Coming down to the wall champion chicane. Anton thought about it. Amandale gets a 3-second time penalty. Only going to help Anton in the long run. Anton's going to go for the move. Gets the job done into turn 1. Now to turn 2, a right-hand sweeper. Amandale holding on to the back. Can he hold on any closer? So really close behind that Alfa Romeo. As you see, Uzumaki still goes and hopefully can get control of his car. trying to push the limits. Gets the car a little sideways out of that corner. Harrison only just about a second behind Amandale now. And my interval's gone. SF1 Tom gets a 3-second time penalty. Harrison locks up into the hairpin. He's trying to chase his championship rival of Anton, sitting P1 currently. Harrison not close enough for DRS, so it looks like Amadale got a good run. Amadale, thinking about it, he does have DRS on Anton going into the World Championship game. Anton locks up, gets really wide there. Amadale's going to have a look for the lead again. They're going to swap positions. It looks like Amadale's back up to the lead. We have the race strategy open for those drivers who want to do one stop. Or actually a two-stop. They can jump to the hards. I don't think that's the call to make. Harrison now within DRS of both the P1 and P2 drivers. Soap gets around SF1 stick for P4. Stick on P5. Uzumaki has taken control of his car now. But his teammate just behind. Actually, Eos has gotten himself really far up this race. Sitting P7 now. Jumping forward with Zero as he's watching this battle. Oh, Lord Eos. Oh, that was a bit dirty. I don't know if Eos. Anton gets a 3-second time penalty. It's all starting to kick off as Amadale and Anton going in for a battle here. DRS detection zone. Harrison will have it. These two fighting. Holding on to Amadale's POV. Harrison's going to pull up closer to these guys. As Anton pulls in the pits. Ordios gets a 3-second time penalty. Let's see what Anton does. I don't know if he's... Yeah, he's missing an end plate. So he's going to go to a new set of mediums and put on a new front wing. Where is that going to put him out at? He's on his way out now. Drops the P10. Will Volcon get him? No, Volcon's into the pits. Tom is a little too far behind to get him. Tom's down the start-finish line now with Lusus just behind him. Lusus is going to look for it into turn 1. Can he get the McLaren driver? Both lock up just a bit. Lusus kind of goes a little wide into that corner. He's still going to hold on to it. SF1 Tom on the outside. Ooh, this is going to be close. SF1 Tom had to surrender position so they could both cleanly make it into that corner. SF1 Tom now into P12. Lusus P11. These guys are all battling close. Sector 1 yellow. Not sure what for. Volcon just behind these two drivers looking to make a claw back in position. As Rashi gets a 3-second time penalty for his troubles. Maybe pushing the limits a little bit too much on this track. Tom's still thinking about going after Lusus. Both lock up into the hairpin. Volcon starting to reel in these guys just a bit. Tom's going to have DRS. Amandale goes into the pits as well as SF1 Stig. That leads Lord Eos up to the lead to inherit it. Tom gets around Lusus. I'm looking for a battle here in just a couple moments. Uzumaki in the P2, Zero in the P3. Ooh, what a drive so far. Clean drive. Just ahead of his teammate. It's a 3-second time penalty. Lusus battling the car, I feel. Just a bit. PUBG gets a 3-second time penalty. They're going to start to tick in. Eventually his laps continue to go and come counted down. Volcon trying to get closer to Lusus. Might have cut that corner just a bit. Sector 2 and 3. Tom, something has happened to SF1 Tom. He's into the wall. Let's jump down with Aruzia. He does have Ratchet just behind him. Where's Tom now? Tom's trying to get out of the way, but he's going to be found here pretty quickly by Aruzia. Tom is on his way. Anton sets the quickest lap, 1:10.4. There is the McLaren of SF1 Tom. Just get himself on his way. Aruzia still gets a second 3-second time penalty. He's now 6 seconds in the negative. Rashi looking to have a move on Aruzia. SF1 Tom is going to stay out. What has happened to Uzumaki? Uzumaki is around in that AlphaTauri. Let's take a look here. There goes Alcon. There goes Lassus. Hellboy is not too far off. I think gear glitch on him. I'm going to cut it away. Let's jump down to the pack here. Who's super close? Anton and Harrison having a battle. Dark Mark finds himself in the mix of this. Harrison just behind Amandale. Harrison has boxed for a set of medium compounds. Still has Anton just behind him. All going into turn one, following. Harrison locks up really heavily. Anton's going to make for a move around the outside, but Harrison might fight it off. Who might have better traction into turn three? Oh, side by side they go. Uzumaki is retired from the session. I wonder if that is going to be a full safety car. We are yet to see. Doesn't look like it just yet. Can understand why Uzumaki has left the session. An unfortunate race for him. Was cut short by lap 12 as Amandale gets a 3-second time penalty. Harrison holding on to P3. Rodeos. How long will he take those medium tires? We are yet to see. Typically, I think he'll be in around between lap 14 to 16. Amandale, Harrison, and Anton. DRS train between the three of them. Stig making a battle for Looney Moo around that pass. Has Dark Mark just ahead of him. Looney Moo having quite a run this evening. Up the I can see is zeroing in. Lassus gets a 5-second for speeding into the pit lane. Up the zeroing in on that Zero car. Zero gets a 3-second time penalty. That Stig is now all over the back of the Dark Mark. Looney Moo having a really good race so far. He is a reserve for the Haas, and dang, he's doing really well. Up to P8. Has yet to pit, but nevertheless, still a good showing so far. As Volcon gets a 3-second time penalty, as Looney Moo is getting closer and closer to SF1 Stig as well. SF1 Tom has retired from the session. Jono gets a 3-second time penalty. What has gone wrong with the McLaren team today? Virtual safety car is now out. So these drivers will have to follow a delta. If they speed, they'll get a time penalty. If they go too slow, they'll get a time penalty. The new rule indicates SF1. Oh, there's Tom. Destroyed McLaren into the wall of champions. A new rule. You cannot drop below 3 seconds of a positive on your lap on a virtual safety car. Have to stay within 3 seconds because anything slower than 3 seconds, or I believe it's 4, is way too slow. As we're back to racing, Lassus gets a 3-second time penalty. I'm telling you, these penalties are going to matter at the end of this race. How far is Lord Eos is 9.6 seconds up the road from Amandale, who has Harrison just behind. What has happened to Anton? Harrison gets a 3-second time penalty. Anton has moved into the pits, put on the hard compounds to take those until the end. Yeah, I think he probably pitted underneath the virtual safety car, which is pretty much a free pit stop. You actually gain a little bit of time on your competitors by doing so. Dark Mark now just behind SF1 Stig as SF1 Stig makes a move to P5. He does have DRS too, so he must have made that move quite late into the hairpin. Harrison on Amandale. We'll keep an eye on these two back right now. This does not. Definitely 2 yellow. Already lap 15 out of 35, so these drivers have 20 laps remaining of this race. Quite a long way. You can see an end plate flying off in the distance there. as both cars pick it up. Had this been simulation damage, you would see bits and pieces missing off their wing from hitting that. Into the hairpin. Can Harrison get a good run on that Haas of Amundale? A little further back. I don't think he's going to be close enough to make a move even with DRS. But I have been wrong before. Is he close enough? As you see the Zeus moving out of the way. Oh, it's Jono moving out of the way. I thought that was a Ferrari, but it was a McLaren. Harrison gets a good run out of the Wall of Champions into turn 1. Is he going to make a move? Jono was retired from the session. Sector 3 yellow. Wonder if that was on track. Take a look at Zero fighting Hellboy. He's not too far off. Jono has left the session. A couple of these guys having a bit of trouble at the Canadian Grand Prix this evening. This track can give you a lot of can throw a lot of challenges towards you. Zero chasing that Renault of Hellboy. Zero gonna make a move on the inside. Oh, Hellboy, can he get there before the turn? Does so. Holds on to the position. That is P8 for him. He's gonna have to fight though, because Hellboy is gonna have DRS on this long backstretch. Almost considered a city drive or a street track. Harrison picks up a 3-second time penalty. Hellboy a little bit further behind now. 13-lap old mediums facing a 5-lap old soft compound. So, Zero definitely has the momentum and the pace and the grip to fight and push himself a little further. Gets really close to the Wall of Champions. Hellboy's looking to fight back, but he's not close enough into turn 1. Thought about it, poked the car out, had to look, but ultimately holds behind that AlphaTauri. Smart driving by the Renault driver. Harrison still super close to Amundale. You can tell Harrison wants this win. Lord Eos now on lap 16 old medium compounds. You can see Harrison and Amundale starting to close that gap in. And that Red Bull driver. And penalty. Harrison into the wall. Sector 1 yellow, not sure what that's for. Volcom makes for the pits and puts on a hard compound. Rashi gets a 3-second time penalty. Trying to keep an eye on these guys, gaps between the Delta. We have Lunimu fighting with Zeus. As the Zeus made his way around the Haas driver, no, Lunimu is strictly holding on to that Ferrari. Both on pretty much the same identical tires as well as laps. Dark Mark on 17 lap of cars, we'll have to take an eye on him, as well as Eos on 17 mediums. Harrison has lost a lot of time behind Amundale. I wonder if he went for a move that didn't pay off. 2 seconds behind now. So holding on P4, Stig holding on P5 as Anton approaching him though. Anton on 4 lap old hards should take him to the end, so we'll see how far he can make positions up. Looks like Volcon's into the pits, putting on the medium compound. Medium should see him to the end. He has his teammate just ahead though. That would be the Dark Mark, I believe. Ruzia P14, Rashi P13, Munimu We have a battle here. Lassus going against the Alfa Romeo Hubdi. We're going to keep an eye on this. Looks like Lassus makes a move around the Alfa Romeo driver. Hubdi falls to P11. He's now going to have to look at Lunimu just behind him. Hubdi still yet to pit in this race. Rashi pulls into the pits for his final pit stop of this race. Might have gotten a new front wing onto the hard compound to take him to the end. Lunimu fighting with the Alfa Romeo driver. Stig gets a third 3-second time penalty. Now 9 seconds separates him. That would drop him almost to P8 if the race were to finish right now. Anton just behind SF1 Stig now. Stig's gonna have to pit for another set. Will he go to the softs at the end? You can tell Anton is really pushing. As Lunimu makes a move. Oh, I see. Zero and Hellboy dove into the pits. Soap gets a 3-second time penalty. Soap sitting in P4 right now. Anton now all over the back of the Alfa Romeo SF1 Stig. 20 laps out of 35. 15 remain of this race. Look for some of the guys on the medium compound to possibly try to push for the soft at the end. As Rashi gets another time penalty, Anton moves up to P5. Stig gets a little scary into the wall there, chips off a bit of that brake meter. Anton up to P5 now, working his way up to Soap. Harrison trying to put the throttle down to catch back up to Amundale. I don't know what is happening. Maybe Amundale has decided that he's going to put his foot down and try to catch Lord Eos, who's sitting P1 right now. 20-lap-old medium compounds versus 11-lap-old medium compounds. Hubdi pulls into the pits. I think he's going to take another medium compound right on board with him, see what he does here. He is going to go for another medium compound, take him to the end. Anton gets another 3-second time penalty. The time penalties here will catch you out. Hubdi exits the pits in P12. Take those mediums, goes into the grass too. That's not going to help his tires or the temperature just yet. Amundale picks up the lead as Lord Eos is going to pit. He's going to box for a set of soft compounds. Will the set of soft take him until the end of this race? He's going to have to battle with almost 13 laps left in this race. On his way out now is Mark. No, Lord Eos will make it out ahead of Dark Mark. Eos now running in the prime position to win this Grand Prix from almost dead last. Gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting that chicane. When will this man, Thomas left the session, you can understand why. Anton running behind Soap in that Renault. DRS is open for him. Into the chicane. Anton pushing to get around. Soap is going to offer the outside line into the hairpin. Hubdi gets a 3-second time penalty. Both lock up the front left or front right tire. So we'll have DRS. I believe, no, they give it to Anton, so Anton has it. As Amundale gets a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane. I'm telling you guys, all is happening in this race. Looks like Harrison's going to pop on a set of mediums, as well as Amundale to take those until the end. Lord Eos, the one making the strategy call to go to the softs till the end. Amundale's not going to get out ahead of Lord Eos. There's Eos. Amundale and Harrison just coming out now. Stig up to P2, and Harris P2 is going to have to pit one more time. I wonder if he's trying to stretch these mediums to put on a set of soft compounds. Anton inherits the lead of this race, but he does have Eos on a set of softs. I wonder how sharp those tires are going to be towards the end, though. possible to see Stig dive in the pits for a set of softs, probably this lap or the next 2 laps. Eos just behind him now. Armadale is into the hairpin. Harrison a little bit further back. Eos DRS open. Jump on board with Eos. Stig offers the inside line. Jump on board with Stig. There we go. Into the last chicane. World champions, the famous world champions. You see Stig lifting the throttle to make that corner. Doesn't want to get into the time penalties. Road Eos at 110.4. It's the fastest lap of this race so far. I'm quite interested as to why Harrison and Armadale went for the medium compounds. Maybe they went for that grip towards the end of the races. Lord Eos' tires might be hooked by the end of this race. He's really going to have to tire manage when it comes to about 3 laps remaining. Zero gets a 3-second time penalty. Taking a look at the Delta, Soap working on the back of the dark mark. As I think Mark let him through. Mark on 23 lap old hards. I wonder when he's going to dive to the pits. The Zeus makes his way up to P8 in this race. Let's take a look at the moves in this race. We have Lunamu up 8 positions. We have Dark 8 positions. We have Lord Eos up 7 positions this race so far. We have Volcon gets a 3-second time penalty. We have Zero up 4 positions. Masseuse up 6 positions. We have a couple guys on the downslope. We have Volcon down 5 positions. We have Hellboy down 2. Stig and Armadale down 2. On lap 25, 10 laps remain of this race. Will we see anything else happen in this race? The Canadian Grand Prix is known for that. We might see a safety car at some point as Rashi and Lunamu get the 3-second time penalty. As Lassus dives to the pits for a brand new set of softs to take until the end. Everybody kind of spaced out now so I can give myself just a bit of a breather. No, is that Harrison catching the back of SF1 signal? Stig has passed a ghosting car of Williams. I believe that's Volcon. Gap at the top now. Hard compound versus a soft compound. It's going to be a big challenge. His name pop up in the time penalties yet. Just taken to the end. Where would that put him out at? There goes Mark now. Stig, where's Zero? Zero, so SF16 is going to come out P7 to take those softs to the end of this race. Has a 9-second negative delta on him right now, so he's got to push. However, the fight to watch, Lord Eos with Anton just ahead. This is coming to Eos' favor. He has on a soft compound. Goes a bit deep into the hairpin. Armadale's not too far behind. There is, I believe that was a lapped Red Bull of Rashi. Big Town's rooting on the Alfa Romeo team of Stig and Hub D. Cheers, Jake. Armadale, I think, just smacked the world champions. Doesn't get himself any damage, though, from doing so. The Seuss gets a 3-second time penalty. Jump on board with Eos as he's trying to claw into the back of Anton. All he has to do is keep it clean, because I believe Anton is now 6 seconds in the negative due to track penalties. And there's a bit of a lag spike from Lord Eos. A little bit more there as well. He does get him with DRS range. Hellboy gets a 3-second time penalty. And he just gets to say, if he cut that chicane, so he's got to be on at least a warning or 2 warnings. As Harrison picks up another time penalty, so that's 6 seconds for himself as well. Eos, DRS is open. Will Amandale and Harrison have enough time to catch up to the back of Anton, who's on hard compounds? Eos gets close, but not close enough. Let's jump on board with the back of Anton. As you have the Red Bull of Eos chasing him, gets really close. A little bit of a lag spike on Eos' part. It's going to be a challenge to see whose tires are going to go. Lord Eos on 6-lap old softs already, but you have Anton on 14-lap old hards. As you hear Anton lock up just a bit, Lord Eos gets a 3-second time penalty. That might be huge towards the end of this race. Dark Mark has pitted for a set of soft compounds. Stig works his way up to P6, so in P7, Eos almost collects the back of that Racing Point. Anton Amandale in the background catching these two. Here comes Eos, DRS is open. That's the wall. SF1 Roads. There's Eos in the lead of this race. Into the chicane. Eos grabs a bit of the grass. So Eos picks up the lead of this race so far, leading Anton. Amandale, 3 seconds are the distance between himself and Anton for P2. Harrison, 5 seconds down the road from Amandale. Take a look now, Hellboy on the backup. Looney Moo. DRS available for... Ooh, what is this? Bit of lag spike from Hellboy as well. Makes his way through on the Haas, up to P8. Looney Moo now, SF1 Stick gets another 3-second time penalty, up to 12 seconds now. That is go. Oh, what has happened to Hellboy? Hellboy is lost out on. He has left the session. That was weird. Very, very interesting to see that happen. As he has the Alfa Romeo of Hubdy closing in on the ghosted car of Hellboy. I wonder if like Hellboy lost connection and just took his car right into the wall. I've seen some things like that in the ghosting, but nothing is that good. Dark Mark. Anton just behind the Red Bull for the lead of this race. 5 laps remain. Seuss trying to pull up the back of that Alfa Romeo. As Seuss gets himself a 3-second time penalty for Seuss. Dark Mark set at 10.1 for the fastest lap of the race. We've seen them do that before in this. Seuss now holding under the back. Hellboy, I think he's still ghosting. The Seuss just behind the Alfa Romeo. Let's jump on board with him. Locks up the front right just a bit. One on the soft compounds, one on the medium compounds. Upti, I think, is starting to struggle on the mediums just a bit. Or he's being as careful as he can be not to extend. You can see the Seuss really wants to go. Upti gets a better traction out of that corner. The Seuss has DRS on the Alfa Romeo. He gets himself closer. Go through the chicane nicely. The Seuss is going to move to the inside. Can he get him before the hairpin? Hellboy has joined, so hopefully he gets himself back in. The Seuss locks up heavy. There's the Alfa Romeo looking to have a quick comeback. Hubdy is going to have DRS on the Ferrari. Oh no, actually, the Seuss has gotten it on the Alfa Romeo. It looks like that's going to be the Seuss's position now up to P10. Stig clawing up to the back of Soap in P5. Let's look at the battle people want to be looking at right now for the lead of this race. Lap 31 out of 35. far off if in case something happens between these two. Up on board with Lord Eos as he's leading this race. And his tires are starting to struggle just a bit. I don't know where people are going to finish in this race with all these penalties. The leaderboard is going to jump up and down like crazy at the end of this race. Lap 32 out of 35. Lord Eos currently leading, has a very, very quick racing point of Anton just behind him. Both do have time penalties. It looks like Eos is coming up to a lapped car now. Zero gets a 3-second time penalty. Anton will have DRS on the Red Bull. That's Amundale not too far off of these guys. Really starting to reel these guys in. How defensive is the Red Bull going to go here? He's going to hold on to the lead though. Into the wall of champions. Both exit nicely. Amundale getting closer, I feel. Amundale is only 1.5 seconds out of this battle for the lead. We might have a three-way battle for the lead again this week. I'm not sure how many penalties Amundale might have compared to these two. 1.3 separates Amundale from these guys. Looks like Anton is backed off just a little bit, maybe to gear up to go next time around. Just staying in that tow right now. Amundale now within a second. Anton gets a 3-second time penalty. Attacked that chicane a little too hard. Cost him. Harrison gets a 3-second time penalty. P1 and 2 in the championship, both having a little bit of a mistake there on lap 33. Amundale now gearing in to close these guys up. Anton's going to have to go here soon. And Amundale's not using DRS for some reason. I wonder why. I don't think Anton used it either. Amundale might have a problem with his DRS, which is going to cost him. But look how close he is now going into this penultimate lap of the race. Anton's trying to get around. Lord Eos is going to hold on to the inside line. Anton's going to tuck the car back behind. Maybe put a little bit of pressure on that Red Bull to make a mistake. Amundale having one heck of a race. Grab pole position. Can he win this Canadian Grand Prix? As you see, Eos really starting to struggle with those soft compounds. Amundale attacks the wall just a bit. Anton getting a little loose out of that exit. Into the chicane. Both sliding the car just a bit. Jump on board with Lord Eos into this hairpin. Looks like Anton's going to get a good run on him. Zero gets a 3-second time penalty. Here we go for the lead of this race. Jump on board with Amundale. Is he going to get Lord Eos as well? He does into P2. Amundale makes a move. He gets a 3-second time penalty for the move though. That might cost him towards the end of the race. Last lap of this Grand Prix. Man, it's kicked off towards the end of this race. Who is going to finish where on the leaderboard? We are going to find out in a lap's time. Amundale really pushing that ass. Can he finally pick up a win for his manager this evening? Really pushing the car as much as he can. Anton on 21 lap old hards. Yeah, Amundale on 12 lap old mediums. Compound would favor him. Lord Eos starting to fall off just a bit. I think his tires, his soft tires are definitely worn. Gaps in the rest of the field are pretty low down, so we're going to hang on board. Give me a better camera info, please. Amundale's going to have one final push here into the hairpin. He will have DRS. It all depends on how much ERS Anton has saved up. Anton pulls over to the side, trying to break that toe. Amundale has DRS down his back stretch for the last time this race. He backs out of the move though. Here we go into the final chicane of World Champions. This is going to be crossing the line. Amundale's going to look for it. Anton holds on to the lead. Lord Eos crosses the line, goes P2. Harrison crosses the line, stays P4. So Amundale won. Anton this race. What a push towards the end of this race. Soap gonna cross the line, P5. Solid race for TX3 Soap. Volcon 5 seconds for an unserved. Stig is gonna cross the line, P6. I don't know if he's gonna stay there. It all depends on the penalties that Zero has. Zero is gonna cross the line and stay P7. Dark Mark crossing the line. Solid race for him tonight. Quiet race, P8 currently. He's P8. Solid race for himself as well this evening. Will he stay P9? We are yet to see. Helgosh jumps Dark Mark. Zeus P10 up. Gonna cross the line in P11. Hellboy P12. And then Aruzia P13. Let's see if he jumps anybody at the end of this race. He does. Aruzia jumps up to P12 at the end of that race. Driver of the day, Lord Eos, I would say, yeah, what a race he had. Got himself all the way up to fight for the win of that race. It's a shame his soft compound started to fall off towards the end. Let you guys enjoy this podium celebration, then we'll be on for the race results. Alright, we'll give it to you guys. My voice is going quickly. Guys, the race run down here for the finishers. Anton picks up the lead of this race. Lord Eos, P2, and Amundale round out your podiums this evening at the Canadian Grand Prix. Moving on, we have Harrison P4, Soap P5, Stig P6, Zero P7, Looney Moo P8. We have the Dark Mark P9, Lassus P10, Hufty P11, Ruzia P12, Hellboy P13, Volcon P14, Rashi P15, and our casualties this evening out of this race, P16 Jono, SF1 Tom, P17, a race of McLaren's one to forget, Uzumaki P18, and Daigero P19. We're going to move it on to the podium interviews. Get these guys in. I saw Amundale left. Hopefully he will jump in. If not, we'll give you guys a run at P2 and P1. Taking a look here. There it is. Alright, I'm just waiting for ES. Is Amadil? Let's take a look. I'll invite him.
Not yet. I just invited Eros.
I did invite Eros. See if he jumps in.
He is.
He's not going to make it. Alright, so we have R2. As Carlos let me know, Amadale's not going to make it. I'm going to give this a quick run because my voice is shot. But between you two, what a race, and Amadale there at the last couple laps. But we're going to start with P2. Eros, what a race. You dove in early to put on the soft compounds, and I'm just going to say that the positions you made up the first stint of that race were absolutely blistering. You got yourself into the talk of a podium, possibly the win. Went in a little early, slapped on the softs, did pay off, but I could tell that I think they started to degrade just a bit towards the end. But mate, just talk us through your race, because that was quite a battle with Anton and Amundale towards the end, getting and besting Amundale at the line off of track penalties alone.
Yeah, well, thank you. I hope you all enjoyed the race. I started last and yeah, just try to do the medium soft strategy, which is difficult to do because there is a lot of tire wear. But I tried and yeah, it paid off. Maybe I pitted one lap too early on for the softs because the last lap was really slow. I was struggling, and also I think it was 4 laps to the end. I hit the wall of champions. So Antoine, which is my teammate, normally I have the Force India, but I joined the middle of the sessions, middle of quali, so I had a Red Bull for some reason, and but. Yeah, with Antoine is my teammate, and he tried to protect me from Amenadiel behind, and yeah, in the end he had a lot of penalties. So yeah, fun race to do, and I hope you all enjoyed that.
So on paper, it was a 1-2 for the Racing Point, and that's quite a finish this evening.
Yeah,
Congrats to both of you guys.
thank
But
you.
I'll say one more congrats, Eos. Hopefully you guys have your next week. You guys have an off week next week, so you can take a little bit of a break. See you guys back for the French Grand Prix 2 weeks time.
Jesus.
But we are gonna move
What
it
a
on to
shit track.
Anton, putting on the hard compounds, I believe, under the virtual safety car to take those to the end.
Yes,
Having
yes.
Eros and Amadale on that last 2 laps, sweating it out on track penalties. Man, you guys pushed it, but you picked up the win ultimately. Fast riding your See the Anton, give us a rundown of your race.
Hello, first of all, yeah, thank you for congratulate myself for the victory. Yeah, it's a good opportunity tonight to extend the championship lead from what is name already? Harrison. Yeah, yeah. The Q3 was quite shit because I had no grip with the dry setup, so it was only P3. But yeah, good start. I managed to defend against Jono, and then pass SF1. Who was second? I don't remember. It was SF1.
SF1 still crossed the line.
Yeah, still, he did a mental quality, to be honest. GG to him, and yeah, I broke my wing to the last chicane as Eros, lap 4 I think, but I managed to keep the DRS, so I just wanted to pit like lap 8 or 9 at the same point as the soft runners to change my wing, and yeah, the VSC came out at the lap 13 and I decided to pit because I knew that the arts could have gone to the end, and that works perfectly to me. So, and yeah, the penalty was quite shit for all of the drivers tonight, but I came home P1, and GG to my brother Eros for the P1 P2 for the Pink Panther.
Congratulations, both of you guys. Well, as I mentioned, you guys have a nice little break next week, and we'll be back with the French League. You guys' luck carries over into a podium in that race, and I'll see you guys there. But until then, we're gonna send it off. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed the race this evening. Hopefully, you guys all have a lovely week. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time at the French Grand Prix. Circuit Paul Ricard. Until then, we will see you soon. One final congratulations to Anton, to Eros, and Amadale this evening on the podium. We are gonna send it off. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.